Slow cooking or pressure cooking? Which one is best? Well, today I'm going to help you find out. My name is Michael and you're watching Chow with Lau. Well, before I begin, I better define what I mean by better. Well, both methods, slow cooking and pressure cooking, are supposed to help make tough pieces of meat much more tender and delicious. Today I'm going to test it on a couple of pieces of beef brisket. Now, beef brisket, although delicious, tends to come out really tough and chewy if you cook it quickly. I've actually tried both these processes before. Now, the slow cooking always works, it never fails. But the pressure cooking method has always left me a little bit disappointed because it's never come out as tender as I expected it to. Now, I was only going to do it in the slow cooker, and the reason why I'm doing this on my channel is because this is actually a rice cooker, and rice cookers these days can do slow cooking, which is an amazing secondary function. Whilst I was researching this video, I came across something about pressure cookers that I never knew before. It actually turns out that I could have been using pressure cookers wrong all this time. Well, let's find out, shall we? I'm actually going to make two stews out of these two pieces of brisket. So the first thing I've got to do is show you how I'm going to prepare all the ingredients, which I'll do identically for both methods. So the first thing I'm going to do is chop up our carrots. I've already topped and tailed and washed them. I'm going to chop them up quite chunkily. There you go. Right, so I've also got a whole onion, which I'm going to chop very chunkily as well. Like that. And I've got 5 cloves of garlic, and this is for each stew, don't forget. So which I'm going to just top and tail these. And give each one a squish. Like so. And here we have one of the stars of our show, the brisket. Right, so what I'm going to do is season it with copious amounts of salt, sea salt I'm using, and black pepper, cracked black pepper, plenty of it. Turn it around, hit it again. And remember, whatever I'm doing to this brisket will be identically the same as I treat the next brisket, which is going to be for the pressure cooker. On to the next stage. I've got a hot pan here. It doesn't have to be a wok, but I like using my wok. A little bit of cooking oil, a couple of tablespoons. Make sure you coat it. Place our beef in this and brown it and seal it. Give it that caramelization. There you go. Then we're going to just turn it, so we're going to try to brown off as much of the surface area of this beef as we can. Finally, the ends. Have it. Now I'm going to transfer this lovely piece of meat into our rice cooker stroke slow cooker. So I'm going to switch the heat off, or turn it down, let it cool down a little bit, because what we're going to do next is add a touch more oil to the pan. Get the heat on again, but low to medium heat this time. And I'm going to put the garlic and the onions in. Okay. And we're just going to fry them off a little bit. Not going to cook them completely, because the rest of the cooking can be done in the slow cooker or the pressure cooker. At this point, I'm also going to add some paprika, just to give it a little bit of warmth. This is optional, but I like it. I've also got some fresh thyme here, so I'm going to strip the leaves and chuck them in. And the frying process will help release the aromatics a little bit better too. Get that in. I'm going to put some hot water, freshly boiled water, so it doesn't take too much time to come up to temperature again. A couple of stock cubes. If you want to use proper stock that you made yourself, of course you can do that. Okay. Stir that through. Add a little bit of sugar, about 1.5 teaspoons, just to balance the flavours out. I'm also going to squeeze some tomato puree in. Doesn't have to be too much because you don't want it tomatoey. It just gives it that little bit of a depth flavour. So that's blipping away nicely now. So I'm going to add that to the beef into the rice cooker stroke slow cooker. Here we go. And what we're looking for is to cover the meat. Just cover the meat if we can. Well, we're not quite covering the meat, but we are going up to the limit of the cooker. So that's going to have to do. And finally we can add the carrots. So we're going to close the lid, and then when you're going to go to the slow cook function, and we're going to go for, let's go for 8 hours and start. Okay, and now we're ready to do the beef brisket in the pressure cooker. I've prepared everything like I did for the slow cooker. I browned the meat, added all the veggies, put the tomato puree in, salt, pepper, fresh thyme. So it's an identical way of preparing it. So now the lid goes on. Switch on. We're locked in. We're going to put the valve to close. That's really important because otherwise the pressure will escape and we won't be pressure cooking. So we're going to set it to stew and it'll start on its own. So like I said before, there's something I've been doing wrong all these years with pressure cooking that has made my meat probably a lot tougher than it should be. And that thing is the pressure valve. So what I've always done before is follow the instructions. When it's finished cooking, when it beeps and tells me that all my stuff is cooked inside, I release carefully with a wooden spoon or an oven glove, I carefully release the pressure release valve and the steam comes out. It takes about a minute, and then after all that happens, the steam is released and it's safe to open. So I get my brisket or whatever I'm cooking out of the pressure cooker and it's ready to eat. However, whilst I was researching for this video, I came across a few posts online that said if you use the quick release valve like the instructions say, basically your meat kind of springs back too quickly and becomes tough and chewy. Well, I never knew that. So what I'm going to do this time, as per the new instructions that I found on the internet, is just let it sit for 20 to 30 minutes. The actual pressure will naturally just gas off slowly. And apparently the meat then stays juicy and tender. Out of curiosity, how many of you guys already knew this? If you did know, honestly, put it down in the comments below. I'd really love to know. Am I the idiot in the room? Or is it just one of those things that nobody's ever noticed before? Anyway, that's my top tip for this video. When you're pressure cooking meat, let it gas off and release slowly. Do not use the quick release valve. Right guys, moment of truth. On this side, I have the beef that was done in the pressure cooker, and on this side, I have the meat that was done in the slow cooker. Remember, I do not have any skin in this game. I am just curious as to which one works best and if that information of releasing the pressure slowly in the pressure cooker actually works. There's only really one way to find out. I'm going to slice off a little bit of this pressure cooked brisket. Ooh. Oh my god, that is really tender. That is better than any pressure cooked brisket I've ever made. It actually really works. Let me go for the slow cooked one. Okay, don't forget 8 hours. Oh my gosh, that's falling apart too. Oh my word. Right, I have a definitive answer for you. Let me bring the camera up and I'll explain. Let's do that again, this time with my face. pressure cooked, tender. If anything, it is slightly drier than the one done in slow cooker. The one in the slow cooker is falling apart. I'm going to call it, and the slow cooker wins. However, and it's a very important however, the slow cooker took 8 hours. Needs planning, needs foresight. Delivers a better result, yes. But the revelation is that I've been using pressure cookers wrong. For when I've done this before, this is like night and day. And I thought maybe I just had my expectations set too high for pressure cookers. So the extra secret information of releasing the pressure slowly makes a world of difference. And I would do it again. If I don't have 8 hours to slow cook a piece of brisket, I'll use the pressure cooker. If I come home from work, I'm not going to do slow cooking, right? If I remembered in the morning, I could have set it off in the morning. That takes planning. But literally, even with the slow release of pressure, the pressure cooker one took an hour. However, for ultimate quality in terms of how soft the slow cooked beef brisket is, you can't beat it. Well guys, I certainly have learnt something today. I hope that's really helped you, because I know making this video has really helped me. I shall know what I can do in the future. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please remember to like this video if you did like it. Subscribe if you'd like to, because that will help you find my videos in the future. Don't forget to check out my new website, chowwithlao.com. Got merch, got recipes, got information. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye.